The Duplicator helps developers, designers, and administrators move, copy, and redeploy WordPress sites. In this quick demo, we'll be moving my site lifeinthegrid.com from my home computer up to a VPS server in the cloud. To get started, let's click the Create New tab. This is going to open up the package setup wizard where we can give our package a name and optional notes. A package consists of two sections which also correlate to two distinct files. These files are known as the archive file and the installer file. The archive section is a compressed file of all your WordPress files and a scripted copy of your database. An archive has optional settings that you can enter for every package you create. The second file is the installer file, which is used at install time to redeploy the archive file. All the settings in the installer section are optional as well. Once we have our package set up, we will want to proceed to the optional scan step by clicking the next button. This will begin the scan process. Once a scan is complete, it will give you a full overview of your package and the pre-compressed size of all your WordPress files and database. Just look for the values on the right-hand side of the screen. While scan options are not required to pass, it is highly recommended that all values show green. This will help alleviate any timeout issues that you might be imposed by on your server's configuration. Once you're comfortable with the scan results, click the Build button. This is going to create the archive and installer file. Once this process starts, you may have to wait a few minutes for the process to complete. When the process is done, we will need to download the installer and archive files to a location where we want to redeploy them. Once we are done downloading these files, this will complete the first phase of using the duplicator. So now we're just going to download the installer and the archive file. After downloading the installer.php and archive file to my home computer and then FTPing them up to a new URL in the cloud, in this case appsinthegrid.com, I'm now ready to redeploy this WordPress site. There are 3 steps in the installer process with advanced options along the way. Once we have all of our values filled in for step 1, we'll begin the install process by clicking the Run Deployment button, then clicking the OK confirmation. This will extract all of our WordPress files and build a new copy of our database. This process may take a few minutes. Once this process is done, we can now click the Update button, which will update our database data and edit our configuration files. This process can take several minutes, especially on a shared hosting environment. Once this process is complete, you can follow the final instructions and test the new install at your new location. For more details on this entire process, you can go to lifeinthegrid.com/duplicator for more details. Now what we'll want to do is go ahead and test our website. And we can see here our site has been moved from our main site, lifeinthegrid.com, down to a local host where I did some development, and then I moved it back up to a brand new website, appsinthegrid.com. And that's a quick demonstration of using the WordPress duplicator.